Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal. Today, let's talk about an interesting question from Sharad. He wants to know what return he can expect on his second house over 15 to 20 years, and he's also considering selling the debt-free second house to put it in the markets, and he wants to know what if that will be a better idea. So this is the problem that we've been talking about several times before. There is really no proper data with respect to real estate. There are only anecdotal evidences. Somebody made that much return, somebody made this much return, and so on. But there's no proper systematic way to analyze real estate, because real estate is extremely location specific. A real estate in one part of the city and a real estate 1 mile away from that property can be the prices can be very different, the logistics can be very different, the risks can be very different. So it's very difficult to to evaluate that. But in this case, he has already cleared the debt, or he doesn't have any debt on that second house anyway, and I don't think he should liquidate it just to put it into the stock markets, because he has a 15-year horizon, and buying a house is very very hard, but selling it is quite easy, at whatever price, but selling it is quite easy. So I would recommend that Sharad does not sell the second house and just to put it into the markets. I mean, he has a 15-year horizon. He can try to make up for the equity allocation by his income, either from salary or from the rent from the second property, and so on. So that is that. Now the question is, what return can you expect? And the answer to that, for example, if you look at the stock market, we have data for the stock market since the 1870s, and I have talked about this several times before. If you look at the S&P 500 data, you can get to understand the cyclic nature of the returns. Whether you are looking at 2-year returns or 25-year returns or 40-year returns from all asset classes will be cyclic. It will go up, it will come down, go up and come down. In India, we don't have that kind of history to display that cyclic behavior, but we are getting there slowly. Now, that's fine, but you can analyze all that data in 100 ways, but the point is, none of those analysis will help you understand or answer the question, what return can I expect from equity over the next 15 to 20 years? The honest answer is, we don't know. That's the only honest answer we can provide. But you can say, then what is the point in analyzing? No, there is a lot of benefit in analyzing, because then only you can understand the cyclic nature of asset classes. Then only you can understand the minimum guaranteed risk from the from equity investing. I must know that this much risk has happened in the past, that much risk I must actually expect in the future. I had talked about, for example, 60% loss from equity during a market crash and so on. That kind of analysis only comes from using the back, from the back data, I mean the historical data, and doing a back test and so on. But so it's not useless, but at the same time, it cannot help you predict the future returns. It can tell you this much risk you must expect in future. Sadly, even the risk analysis is not possible in real estate, because it's just simply there is no proper index for it. Even area wise, location wise index is possible, but there is very little transparency, very little price uniformity, so it's very difficult. Now the reason I am asking Sharad not to sell that, obviously, is other than for emotional reason. Oh, real estate, you should not sell, and that kind of, other than that emotional reason. I had talked to you several times before, having a secondary source of income, whether it is from dividends, whether it is from passive income, whether it is rental income, having a secondary source of income during retirement or even before that is going to make a very big difference to our cash flows and the net worth, because we can invest it and so on. Now, but at the same time, we should not get overtly emotional with the property. Today, there is no need for Sharath to sell it, in my opinion, although I don't have a complete understanding of his finances. But the point is, if there is a shortfall in our retirement corpus, either at the start of retirement or at any period down the line, after when he's 75, 80 or whatever, then we must be ready to sell that property, liquidate it, and get the cash and make use of it for our immediate and future expenses. So as long as we are not emotional about the second property, there's no problem. We can continue to hold it as long as there is no dire need for it, and sell it when there is some need. Bye bye.